Something comes out of the child's mouth, what made parents and doctors in a state of terror and shock when they discover what it is. An Irish child grew up with a strange dog overnight, leaving his parents and doctors confused. It was just in time for Halloween. A mother had the shock of her life when her 11-week-old baby grew a vampire tusk out of nowhere. On October 15, Tara O'Byrne, a mother of two, went into her morning routine, as usual, going to her son's nursery in time to start worrying at about 7 a.m. and give him a pacifier that would allow him to sleep at least an hour. However, baby Oscar kept crying and was uncomfortable about something. I got the baby out of his crib and changed him, but even that didn't calm him down. So, assuming he was only hungry, I got ready to feed him, and that's when Tara made a terrifying discovery. There was a tusk on her baby's mouth that wasn't there the night before. The frightened took Oscar to the nearest hospital, Our Lady of Lourdes, but once she arrived, the doctors were as fascinated as the mother by the age of the newborn. Not wanting to waste any time, O'Byrne decides to take Oscar to Temple Street Hospital instead, and there she is asked to see a dentist in Drogheda who knows what to do. The dentist was as shocked as the first doctors and the mother was frightened. Neither she nor any of her colleagues had faced a similar situation before. The dentist called several colleagues to discuss the case and concluded that the canine should be removed. But the hat turned out to be a great adventure. The tusk was removed, and what happened next? O'Brien had to hold her difficult baby while the dentist worked, keeping his arms clenched while the woman pulled the tooth out of his little mouth. But then something went wrong. Somehow, the baby's tooth was pulled into his nose by suction, where it got stuck. Tara revealed that she was terrified by the whole situation. It is not every day that your child grows teeth and they need to be taken to him. Dentist. But she remained as calm as possible to facilitate the work of the dentist, and after a while the strange tooth finally came out. She took the tooth home and admitted that she would keep it and show it to Oscar when he got older. It is likely that he will enjoy the strange adventures of the days of the vampire child. Although Oscar's situation is unique, he is not the only child who has had to visit the dentist's office before he was 1 year old. Isla Rose Heisman's first tooth was removed at the age of 12 days. She was born with the tooth, but it had to be removed because it was wobbling and could fall out at any time, suffocating the baby in the process. Isla Rose's mother, Jasmine, of Plymouth in Devon, told the BBC she had never expected to take her child to the dentist so early in her life. She said, "She had to take her out because she was wobbly. She was braver than me, she didn't really cry." Isla is the youngest patient ever to visit the Seven Trees Dental Access Center, and dentist Ala Jeber, who performed the procedure on the baby, said she hardly made a sound during the extraction. Jasmine, on the other hand, was not as brave as her baby girl. "I had to go out of the room crying because I couldn't stand seeing my princess in pain," she said. "It looks weird her not having a tooth now." According to the British Dentist Association, about 1 in 2,000 babies are born with natal teeth, which are present above the gum line at birth. Even though the cases are rare, pulling out the tooth won't affect the later development of the tooth once the baby is ready for it to grow again. A toothache in childhood is very common, and a child weeping in agony can drive a concerned parent frantic with worry. Teething babies. When a child is teething, the pain can be quite high for them, as the tooth cuts its way to the surface of the gum. If necessary, doctors recommend giving the child an acute pain acetaminophen or ibuprofen in a dose appropriate for their age and weight. If there is swelling, a cold compress should be applied to the site for a few minutes at a time, so as not to burn the skin. Any childhood tooth complaint should be attended to by a dentist, to avoid tooth damage or loss, and children should have regular dentist's appointments from their first birthday onwards. In this case, Oscar and Isla were truly precocious, having their first appointment and tooth extraction at 11 weeks and 12 days, respectively.